Hi guys, thanks for coming back to my channel today. We have a planning video, and for those of you who are familiar with my planning videos, because I do a lot on this topic, I usually talk about planning in my Louis Vuitton agenda. But actually what I want to talk about more so today is planning in a binder, and basically how you can organize your entire life in a totally affordable binder. Supplies you can get at Target or the dollar store. I'll give you some more ideas for where to shop as we go through this. But this is just a great, well, obviously it's a great budget-friendly option that you can just take any binder. You probably honestly have all the supplies laying around your house. And I have a free printable for you guys to turn a binder into an agenda. That's what I'm using. So it's a great budget-friendly option, but it's also what I turn to when I'm just really, really busy, which is why I've been planning in this binder lately. Sometimes I just feel like I need as much space as possible to get all my thoughts and actions and to-do items and everything onto paper, and I just need to feel like I can stretch out. So I do love my other agendas, but when they're just anything smaller than a full sheet of paper, I feel like I'm too busy. There's not room. So when you're really, really busy, I do recommend this technique to just have all the room to just get it out of your head and onto paper so you can have an action plan and conquer whatever's got you so busy. So anyway, I definitely just wanted to share this with you because it's budget friendly, it's perfect when you're super busy, and I don't know about you, but I love school supplies, especially this time of year. It's late summer, starting to get those back to school vibes. I wish I could go back to school. I'm the weirdest 32-year-old ever, but I just love school and school supplies. So this is also just a fun excuse to get, adults don't get to play with this stuff enough. So as we go through my planning binder, I'll show you or tell you where I got everything from, give you some ideas. But if you just want an excuse to go back to school shopping like I do, stay tuned because it's also great for that. So I'm gonna switch the camera and do a page by page flip through with you and show you exactly how I plan my entire life in a binder and how it gives me so much peace of mind. I think you're really gonna like it. Okay, so here's my binder. It's this beautiful pink with rose gold corners. I'm really obsessed with it. And then inside, it's just so cute and girly and fun because I like to make my stuff just look pretty. So when I open it, I get a little delight. So on this side, I made sort of a dashboard. I laminated a sheet of rose petals. I don't know if you can see this. I'll put in some clips really quick of how I did that. Okay, so I have my lamination pouch, and I just took an entire rose's worth of petals. I have these beautiful pink roses that were dying, and I put an entire rose worth on here. And I'm going to now see what happens when I put it through the laminator. Ooh, it's looking so pretty. Sorry, I wasn't talking, that was intense. But I'm just trying to kind of hold the page mostly flat so that the roses distribute evenly. But this is turning out so pretty. You can really see the texture of the petals. It's obviously a little bit lumpy and bumpy because I'm not laminating something perfectly flat. But that's so pretty. I'm gonna run it through again to try to squish it down a little bit more flat. And then I just attached a variety of different stick-it notes onto this dashboard so I could easily pull them off to use in my planning. So these are from a set from Staples. I've had these forever. These are just regular Post-it brand. I got this at the Tokyo store in the mall as these really cute little adorable stick-it notes. I have some Glossier stickers just so I can dress it up. And everything I could possibly need is on that dashboard page. Some paper clips, etc. Then on this side, I have a clear zipper pouch. One of the many things I love about using a binder is you can just carry so much more stuff. So I have these really cute napkins from Alfred T here in LA. I put them in there mainly because they're cute, but also it just kind of comes in handy to have a napkin, you never know. And then I've got some of my favorite highlighters. They're the ones by Friction, they're erasable. And then some of my favorite pens. This is the one from the Sephora Points, 2 Stadler pens, and one of those that you can click to get different colors. That's from Barnes & Noble. As is this baby pink Stadler I was so happy I found. And then on this side, there's a pin loop in this binder, which is so nice. And I have this beautiful pink Friction pen, so it's totally erasable. I love that about this pen and these highlighters because my planning changes a lot, and I love to be able to erase and change my mind and cancel plans and reschedule things. So this is just key for me. And it's so pretty. I got it on Etsy. I looked and it's sold out. It was like a special edition from Japan, but just know that cute friction pins do exist and maybe you can find them, I hope. And the really nice thing is that I can fit a full-size pin. For those of you who know my other agenda, you know it's a major ongoing struggle that I cannot fit a regular pin in that loop. So this is just so nice to me. Okay, then I got these adorable dividers at Target. They're like really pretty pink that matches the binder, and it has like a foil pattern on it. And in this first section, I have this month, July. So sorry, I covered some things throughout because I just feel like you need to keep some privacy online. But basically, I printed out this big calendar on 2 pages, and let me just tell you the joy of stretching out in this big calendar. So nice, because I'm used to cramming into like a tiny little calendar in my agenda. So I really love that about planning in a binder. You can just totally spread out. I have these detachable bookmarks. I've shown these in my control journal video, but I love that you can just easily use it as a bookmark and rip it out. So this one is my this month marker. And that's how I flip to the July schedule. And on here I write like what YouTube videos go up, what workouts I'm doing, social plans I have, meetings, beauty appointments, everything. And I also have it highlighted and color coded so I can easily tell at a glance what's going on. I got this calendar on Etsy. I think it was like $5 for a pack of printable calendars. I'll link it below. It was so worth it because it came with 1 month on 2 pages, 1 month on 1 page, calendars for this whole year, calendars for next whole year. So that just, to me, that's so worth it to just be able to print it myself easily and have a huge calendar. So I love that. Then I have my daily pages following that. I'm gonna get into my process in a second, but basically I made this little daily printable, which of course I'll be giving to you guys for free. I always do that. And I printed one out for every single day and wrote the date in here, wrote my to-do list. So if I have something coming up that I know is due on a certain day, I can flip all the way to that day and write in what's due that day. So I love that. And then after the day is done, I just was reminded of this technique I used to do in high school or middle school even, where you fold down the page and then you fold it the opposite way and it makes this cool little pattern. I know that's silly, but like little things like that give me joy, and I get excited at the end of the day to finish my to-do list and fold it up like that. So that's what I've been doing. Then I have another one of these dividers. This one says today. So I just switch this. I honestly don't need it because this system I can easily flip to today based on that. But I have it in here anyway because it's cute. So the way each day is structured is I have like appointments at the top, which are places I physically have to be, the day and the date, which I just handwrite in. I have 17 to-do list lines, and that's still not enough. Like I might redo this to be 2 columns because I've had some really, really busy days lately. And then I have a notes section at the bottom. I originally had this little countdown section, just I thought it'd be fun to use to like look forward to fun stuff coming up, but I haven't been using it, so I redid it. This whole section down here is just notes. It just makes it easier to have more space to like write down any reminders or anything at the bottom. So that's how I've been doing my to-do list pages. So this whole section is just to-do list pages all the way through the end of the month. Then the next divider I have August. So I'm planning 2 months ahead basically in this thing. I won't get into that calendar since I do want to have, you know, some privacy with my travel plans and stuff. But then following it, it's just the same thing. I have these daily printables, 1 for every single day, which makes it so, it just takes a load off my mind that I can flip through to a future day and like see exactly what I need to do that day, add to it if I need to, and just have it so it's out of my brain and onto paper. So speaking of which, the next section is like my to-do section. And the biggest key to this technique for me is having a brain dump page. So this one is blank because I have not had to dump anything, but I was just gonna show you what I did originally. Like when I first started this system, and what I would recommend for you guys is like just take a blank piece of paper and spew out everything on your mind, like what you need to get done, when you need to get done by, to-do items, things to buy, anything that's in your head, just spew it out. Make it messy, don't try to make it cute, don't worry about it. Then, once you have your calendar and your blank pages, you can start transferring everything over onto, okay, I'm gonna do this item on this day. Okay, this travel is gonna be on these dates. And then as you transfer it over, cross it off. Even though the thing isn't done yet, you cross it off just to signify it's no longer in my brain dump, now it's in my actual planner. And that gives you satisfaction because you get to cross things off even though you haven't done them yet. And it just makes it so much simpler to know, like with confidence, okay, this is everything I need to be doing, and nothing is in my head, like nothing relies on me remembering it. I've just got it all written down now. So once that's done, you make a fresh brain dump sheet, and as things come to your mind, you jot them in on here. Again, just ugly, messy, get it out of your head, and then transfer it all onto your calendar and your to-do list, and that way you know you're covered all the time. It's such a relief. Then I also have a page for to-do list items that I know need to be done next week, but I don't know which day it's gonna wind up working out yet. So that's kind of like almost a brain dump just for next week. And then on Sunday, when I sit down and plan the following week, I will transfer these items over onto individual days so I can make sure everything gets done. I also have a sheet in here of my goals. I just find when I'm really busy, it's helpful to remind myself what my priorities are, what I really wanna not let slip through the cracks, basically, because when things get busy, you know, it gets wild. So that's just a good reminder. I try to reread my goals every day and kind of center myself and prioritize myself so that I don't get lost in all just like the to-do list drivel that can just drive you crazy, frankly. So just remembering it's all for a bigger purpose. Then I also have some planning pages in here for Nate's birthday. So if you have any projects or anything that deserves its own separate to-do list, you can just throw those in here. And another thing I love about this is honestly just using plain notebook paper. I love notebook paper. I find it so satisfying. And then also it's so big, you can just sprawl everything out. So any specific projects you have, they can get their own sheet here. Just remember to be transferring this stuff onto your daily to-do list pages so that you don't, the day before Nate's birthday, I don't want to discover this to-do list and be like, oh my God, I never did all this stuff for his birthday. So this section is like all to-do items that get transferred onto daily to-dos, if that makes sense. Okay, the next section is all about travel, so I'm going to skip that, but it's like to-do lists and schedules related to our upcoming trips. And then this last section is just plain notebook paper. So this is where I go anytime I want to brainstorm something, brain dump something, have a special to-do list just for one project, just doodle, just like jot stuff down, get it out of your head onto paper. It's the biggest relief. Then back here I have this cute little portfolio thing that I got at the Tokyo store. Has some printouts of our budget in it. And that is it. That's everything in my binder. And I just feel like I'm able to organize my whole life this way and also have it like cute and indulge myself. So I just really love this method and I hope it works for you guys. Okay guys, that is it for how I plan my entire life in this binder. I hope you got some good ideas. I know if you're as busy as me, as much on a budget as me, or as much into school supplies as I am, it probably appealed to you on some level. So let me know in the comments down below, and if you have any other tips or tricks, I always want to hear them from you. Please hit subscribe, especially if you love planner videos. You'll never miss one of my planning videos again. And yeah, we'll talk down below. So thanks so much guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.